Hi, what is web design and development? Web design and development are often used interchangeably, but they are quite different disciplines. Web design is the process of creating a website's graphical user interface, GUI, while web development involves creating the website's functionality. Both these two disciplines have their own set of key elements, and both are crucial to creating an optimized and user-friendly website. In this video, we will discuss the key elements of web design and web development by differentiating between the two. So, what is web design? Web design is the practice of developing a website's graphical user interface to make it both visually appealing and easy to use. It takes into account various elements like color, typography, spatial relations, etc., to deliver an optimal experience for users. Today, web designs have gone beyond basic aesthetics to conceptualizing, planning, and arranging content online. It is now an essential part of digital marketing, as it allows businesses to draw in potential customers and encourage them to take action. Web design is also used to make a website more user-friendly and engaging, which can be essential for success in the online world. A lot of preparation is done before starting the actual design process, like researching user preferences and behavior. Web designers must have an in-depth understanding of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and other development languages to create a website that works well for the client's needs. Also, web designers must consider how users will interact with the website, what techniques will make the user experience more effective, and what elements of a design to include. Aside from this, web design involves designing layouts, colors, fonts, graphics, images, and content that can be used to create an interactive interface. Web designers utilize various software development tools like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Adobe Photoshop, and other tools to create an aesthetically pleasing website with an excellent user experience. So, what are the key elements of web design? Layout. The layout refers to how the components of a website are arranged on the page. Web designers must ensure that all elements are placed in an aesthetically pleasing manner and that they function properly across different platforms. Branding. Web designers must ensure that the designs they create are consistent with the overall brand identity of their clients. They must also consider how to include brand elements like logos and color schemes in an attractive and engaging way. Visual hierarchy. It involves arranging elements effectively to appear more prominent and draw the user's attention. Web designers must use various techniques like contrast, size, position, and color to create an experience that guides users through the website. Navigation. Ensuring all navigation on a website is easy to use and understand. The user experience depends on how seamless it is to navigate a website by using techniques like breadcrumbs and drop-down menus to make it easier for users to find what they are looking for. Color theory. Web designers use color theory to create an effective and attractive design. Color theory includes how colors interact and affect a website's overall design. Web designers should consider what colors evoke certain emotions in users when creating a website. Typography. This is an essential element of web design. Typography is the art of arranging type and creating an aesthetically pleasing look. Web designers should consider font size, style, X-height, line spacing, weight, and other factors when selecting fonts for their design. Accessibility. Web designers must consider accessibility when creating a website, meaning the website should be easily navigable for all users. Web designers must ensure that the font size, color contrast, and navigation are accessible to all users, regardless of their abilities. Web design focus. The main focus of web design is to create a website that meets its users' needs and goals. Web designers must consider the target audience, the functionality they require, and the overall look and feel of the website when designing it. Web designers should strive to create an aesthetically pleasing website with clear navigation, easy-to-read texts, and engaging visuals. Also, web designs focus on the following: user experience, UX. This is the overall experience of a user when navigating a website. It entails ensuring that a website is easy to use and navigate, and providing users with the information they need engagingly. User interface, UI. Web designers must consider the visual elements of a website when creating its user interface. UI design entails buttons, icons, and other visuals that help guide users through the website. Visual design. This is a component of web design and involves creating a look and feel for a website. Web designers must consider color, typography, images, illustrations, and other visual elements to create an attractive user interface. Now that we've learned about web design, the next question is, what is web development? Since a website involves web design and development, web development is the process of creating the functionalities that make websites usable. Here, web developers use programming languages like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and other web technologies and tools to bring the designs to life. Most people see web development as the building block of web design because it is the process of coding, configuring, and testing websites. Web development involves coding the website and creating a system that allows users to interact with it. Web developers often create intuitive and interactive user experiences so that users can navigate the website effectively. They ensure that all aspects of the website, from the navigation to the content, are functioning as expected. Web developers must also ensure that the website is optimized for different devices and browsers. Also, web development involves various tasks such as creating back-end systems, databases, and API, coding front-end elements like forms and menus, writing code for animations, and other interactive elements. From the initial process to going live, web developers ensure a website is secure, efficient, and working. Web developers also ensure that the website is secure, safe, and free from bugs that can affect its performance. Web developers also test and audit websites for any issues that may arise. Now, what are the key elements of web development? Web development involves a range of tasks, but the most essential elements of web development include code. The code is the foundation of a website and is used to structure the content and make it accessible. Web developers use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, Python, and other programming languages to create the code for websites. Functionality. The functionality of a website encompasses the different elements that ensure it works as intended. Web developers create forms, menus, and other interactive elements to make websites more user-friendly and engaging. Structure. A website structure is important and involves organizing the content in a way that is easy to understand. Web developers use HTML tags, headers, paragraphs, lists, and other structural elements to create an organized website. Responsiveness. A website must be responsive enough to fit all devices and browsers. Web developers use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and other web technologies to create a website that can be accessed on any device. This ensures that users have an optimized experience regardless of their device. Database. Web developers must also create databases so that website content can be stored in an organized manner. Web developers use database technologies such as MySQL, MongoDB, Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, and other tools to store information. Testing and debugging. Web developers must test and debug websites to ensure they are functioning as expected. Web developers use debugging tools such as Chrome DevTools and Firebug to identify any errors in the code or issues that could affect the website's performance. Hosting. After creating a website, web developers must also ensure that the website is hosted on a reliable platform. Web hosting services provide storage and bandwidth for websites so that they can be accessed online. Web developers must choose the right hosting service for the website, depending on its size and complexity. And finally, security. Web developers must ensure that websites are secure from hackers and other malicious attacks. They must also use security protocols such as encryption, authentication, and authorization to protect websites from data theft. So, what does web development focus on? Web developers focus on the development side of websites and strive to make them as user-friendly and efficient as possible. It is divided into front-end web development. This refers to developing the part of a website that is visible to users. Web developers use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and other technologies to create attractive and interactive website elements. Back-end web development. This refers to the server-side development of a website. Web developers use programming languages such as PHP, Ruby, Python, Java, and other technologies to create the back end of a website. And finally, full-stack web development. This involves developing both the front end and back end of a website. Web developers who specialize in full-stack development need to have a good understanding of both front-end and back-end technologies. Now let's talk about web design versus web development. Web development and web design are often similar, but also different disciplines. As stated earlier, web design focuses on the visual elements of a website, such as a layout and color scheme. Web developers focus on the development side of websites, creating code and customizing applications for an optimized user experience. Here are some of the differences between the two. 1. Functionality. Web design focuses on creating a website's look and interface, while web development deals with the website's functionality. 2. Languages. Web developers use languages like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to create websites, while web designers use programs such as Adobe Photoshop, Figma, and Illustrator. 3. Skills. Web design requires more creative skills, while web development involves technical skills like coding, testing, and debugging. These are the few key differences between web design and web development. What do web design and development agencies provide? People hire web design and development agencies to help them create and manage their websites. An excellent web design and development agency will offer services that include web design, web development, UI and UX design, web hosting, content management system (CMS), search engine optimization (SEO), and web security. A good agency will also be able to provide custom solutions tailored to a particular business's needs. What can UADV offer you? A professional web design and development agency will have a team of experienced developers, designers, and strategists with an established track record of building custom business websites. UADV is an experienced web design and development agency that offers the most reliable and fully optimized web design solutions. Our team of experts will work closely with you to create a website tailored to your business's needs. Check out some of our case studies in the video description. At UADV, our goal is to ensure that your website meets the highest standards of web design and web development. We also provide ongoing support and maintenance to guarantee your website's success in the long run. Click the link in the description for top-notch web design and development services. Thank you for watching, and we hope you liked this video.